Welcome. It is a pleasure to be with you and talking today about busting down some myths and some assumptions
Yeah.
that lead to limiting beliefs. I'm here with Jackie Green. I'm Lisa Barber, and it is a pleasure. This is really a hot topic, though, Jackie. Limiting beliefs, myths, assumptions that we have about ourselves, about our
Mm-hmm.
clients, about our business. It could fall into any of those categories. But the result of these limiting beliefs, assumptions, typically holds us back, right?
Oh yeah.
It puts us in the space of getting ready to get ready.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
It's the assumptions. The sooner we can check them and flip that
Mm-hmm.
script in our head, the faster we can make progress in our business.
Yeah, and this flipping the script. That's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what this is. That was a great visual. Um, a limiting belief. What does that mean? What is a limiting belief? We're going to get into some examples here in just a minute that are really high hurdles when it comes to the coaching practice. But tell me a little bit more about what a limiting belief is.
Yeah, it is what it sounds like. It's a belief that limits us and our progress and our where we want to go in our business or in our life, whatever the case may be. This is a belief that limits us. So, for example, um, I'm never going to get ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this is a belief that I hold, I'm not going to try certain things. I'm not going to be bold in my business because I'm never going to get
Mm-hmm.
ahead,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's limiting me. That belief itself is limiting me and my actions and my behavior, and it's not going to help me
Mm-hmm.
get where I need to go. Got to flip that script. So limiting beliefs are really, really common. We all have them. Sometimes we just need coaching to bring those beliefs into the light
Mm-hmm.
so we can do something about
Yeah.
them.
And so when you say I'm never going to get ahead and we're flipping that switch, what kind of language should we use instead or could we use instead?
Yeah, it's the opposite of I'm never going to get ahead is I am going to get ahead. I'm going to break, in some cases, break generational cycles
Yeah.
of just being one way. A
Mm-hmm.
certain like maybe all my family is blue collar, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
gonna. That's what I'm meant to do.
Mm-hmm.
You can do anything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? You can
Right.
do anything.
Right. Things that come to mind is I don't have a degree.
Mm-hmm.
So how can I coach? I don't have a finance degree, or I don't have my series license, so I can't do this, or I'm not a CPA.
Right.
Those are limiting beliefs.
Right. That
Mm-hmm.
all of those things that you just mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
these are like I'm not credible. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not credible as a coach
Mm-hmm.
because I don't have XYZ.
Mm-hmm. It
That's
affects.
your own belief that you're not credible. Who else is saying that?
Yeah.
Who else is actually saying that to you?
Mm-hmm.
Probably no one. It's probably just you.
I'm envisioning a coach getting the mindset, getting that my credibility
Mhm.
in my head when I'm approaching someone about quote unquote selling my coaching. And so we can get in our own heads, and it inhibits, Jackie, the kind of conversation that we have with people.
Yeah, let's talk about selling and the limiting
Mm-hmm.
beliefs that are really common when we think about selling coaching,
Mm-hmm.
right? Number one, I don't want to be pushy. I don't want to be salesy. Salesy people are scummy and gimmicky, and we can't
Mm-hmm.
trust them, and
Yep.
they're pushy, right? When's the last time that you bought something from somebody who is so pushy and
Mm-hmm.
salesy and yucky?
Mm-hmm.
It's not your
Mm-hmm.
go-to,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right? You like to purchase things likely from someone who is serving you, someone who got to know your needs and is offering you
Mm-hmm.
something that could serve that need.
Mm-hmm.
They're not offering you something that doesn't
Yeah.
apply to you,
Yeah.
right? And so it's the same approach that we can take with our coaching.
Mm-hmm.
This is a service. This fills a need. People are struggling with their money or maybe they've got plenty of money and they still feel insecure about it or like they don't have enough. There's just this uh this scarcity mindset,
Yeah.
right? And we get to help our clients with that.
Mm-hmm. It boils over into the relationships, and
Mhm.
they have limiting beliefs that they don't even know. So you do too, as a coach.
Absolutely.
You don't know where they are right now. Hopefully, some of what we're talking about will help you uncover that. And in the idea of selling, if you get that imagery of that sleazy automobile salesman in your mind, or whatever that is, the pushy, um, person knocking on the door want to sell you the next latest greatest Xfinity, door to door. They still do that quite
Yeah.
often.
We had
And
2 people come to our house yesterday.
did you really?
We did.
That's crazy. And but they want to sell you whatever it is that they're selling.
Mhm.
But what Jackie just described with serving is suspiciously like coaching someone into a decision, because you're meeting them at their point of need,
Yeah.
even in initial conversations and consultations that lead to converting that client. So
Yeah.
the idea of selling, getting out of our own head, our language, it starts here and it comes out of our mouth, right? Is
Oh, yeah.
what you're describing, Jackie.
So, there's
yeah.
a lot around selling, a lot of limiting beliefs around selling.
Mhm.
Some include, how can I charge somebody who's broke?
Mhm.
What's enough to charge? What's not enough? Lots
Mhm.
of what's my value,
Mhm.
and will somebody see it?
Mhm.
We are not going to be able to get to everything on this video, but
Mhm.
jump into group coaching. And
Mhm.
if that's something that is on your radar, that is running through your head, we've got to do something about it.
Mhm.
So jump into group coaching there, okay?
Trusting your training,
Mm-hmm.
because we do address a lot of these limiting beliefs around selling throughout the entire
Yeah.
training.
What's another limiting
Yeah.
belief?
Oh my gosh, budgets. All about budgets. That they are the end all be all. It's the key to anyone's success.
Yes. And if this is you, if you're watching this and you firmly believe that budget is the key to success, I'm going to teach all my clients to budget. This is what they're missing. This is the thing that's going to solve it all. I've been there. I've been there. I've held that belief too. But that's not true. It's simply not true that the budget is the end all be all. This is what will solve all of my
Right.
clients' problems. It's just not the case. Most people know that they should be tracking their spending. Most people know that they should be budgeting. There's something underneath. There's something underneath that's stopping them from taking that action, right? It's budgets are not the end all be all. And in fact, coaching is not a numbers industry, profession. Yeah, it's a service profession. This is a people business. It's not a numbers business. So we've got to switch that narrative that's in our head, right? The faster we can do that, the better we can serve people.
Absolutely. The budget, it if we get hung up there, Jackie, we miss our own transformation as a coach.
Oh yeah.
Again, the result becomes that we are solutioners and numbers people. And although that's a part of who we are as a coach, that is not all of who we are. And so there is another limiting belief, our role as a coach, who we are, what we bring to the table, our true value. What are some of those thoughts behind limiting beliefs about who we are in our role?
Yeah, coaches are not teachers, right? Coaches are not financial planners. And these are things that we know, but we don't necessarily act like we know them, right? We want to teach because it shows how much we know, right? And it goes back to that credibility. We want our clients to think that we know what we're doing, and so we're going to prove it by giving advice, by teaching. And while some teaching can have its place, coaching is so much more about helping that client come to decisions on their own, helping the client be confident in what they are setting out to do. And sometimes it's helping them make hard choices, but they are coming to the decision. We are not, our role is not to make choices for our clients and telling them what to do. It's really truly asking questions, helping them decide what's best for their life, right? And sometimes we're not going to agree.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That's another limiting belief, that because they've come to me as a coach, then they should take all of my advice. That's not true. It's their decision. You're an option giver. You're a guide.
Yes.
You'll hear us talk about that over and over and over again. Your role as the guide. You are here to position them to become the hero of their story. And if a client doesn't make the choice that you would make, that's okay, y'all. Don't get caught up in the fact that they didn't follow what you thought they should do. It will limit you in your coaching growth and ability. And we're more concerned in this moment, Jackie, at how well the coach grows. because we
That's right.
know the client will grow when you do.
Absolutely. And that's the thing is the client will grow when you do and your business will grow when you do.
Mhm.
Your business won't outgrow you. So we've got to be intentional about growing us, right?
Mhm.
And you growing you. And that is what will lift your business. We think the opposite sometimes, right? Well, the more clients I have, the more my business will grow.
Yeah.
But you need to grow in order to have more clients.
That's true.
And so it's this paradox of I need to slow down to speed up,
Mhm.
right? But focus on you and focus on your growth and growing your business, and it
Yeah.
will do that
It'll do its
really on
thing.
its
Yeah,
own.
it
Yeah,
really will. It'll be the result
it'll be the result,
of
not on its own. It's
what
going
you
to take a
do
lot of
here.
hard work.
That's right. What you do here, it'll be the
Mhm.
result of the work that you do.
Absolutely.
And so, as we're wrapping it up, Jackie, just a couple of action steps to take away from today to help coaches work on the mindsets
Mhm.
and challenge themselves as they grow.
Yeah. So the first thing, as we were talking through these limiting beliefs, if you resonated with any of them, recognize it. Okay, just pause and acknowledge. Okay, this is me. I believe this. And then the next step is to choose a different belief, right? If we're recognizing something that we believe that we don't want to believe, we get to choose something new.
Mhm.
Replace that belief with something else.
Mhm.
And the next thing is join coaching calls. Sometimes it's not as easy as I'm just going to think something new,
Mhm.
right? Sometimes we've got to work through why is it that we believe that in the first place? And if you're thinking it, you're not the only one. So work through it in a group, and it's going to be really beneficial to everybody. And the next thing is just get to know your fellow coaches. All right, get to know them. They might be struggling with the same belief, or they've been there and have gotten through it. And just get to know your fellow coaches. Start building that community.
Mhm. Well, thank you, Jackie, for hanging out with me. And
Yeah.
coaches, we care about your growth and your own improvement, transformation. That's the word, I think. And that's why we do these videos. We're so excited that you have watched this. We're so glad for you. Can't wait to see you on those development calls. So y'all have a great one. Thank you.
See you soon.